Online sports betting could be coming to Wisconsin. I'm Ellie LaLiberte breaking down a proposed bill that could make that happen.
These gusty winds that we're experiencing in southern Wisconsin, they're going to stick around for a little bit longer. In just a little bit, I'm going to let you know when will the winds ease up and when will the frost chances increase.
And later, road construction on Highway 12 in Wisconsin Dells is underway. How the expansion will impact future travel there.
And that's all coming up on News 3 Now at 6. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carls. And since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned a ban on sports betting 7 years ago, dozens of states have made it legal, including Wisconsin.
But Wisconsin is one of 19 states where online sports betting is illegal. However, a new bipartisan bill could change that. Our Ellie LaLiberte is live at the state capitol. And Ellie, how will this work?
This proposed legislation would allow tribal casinos to operate online sports betting services. And although it doesn't open up that online marketplace completely, fans tell me they're excited about the possibility.
I like watching sports, and it's always a little more invigorating when you have some money on it.
For UW-Madison students Neil Reed and Alexander Dangle, moving to a state without online sports betting was
Extremely annoying. It's a big change.
Wisconsin is one of about 20 states without an online option. But this proposed bipartisan bill looks to change that.
I'm pretty excited.
The bill would give tribal casinos the ability to own and operate online sports betting services if it's run from their physical location. That means popular apps like DraftKings and FanDuel would still be unavailable.
Unless you're doing it in a casino right now, it's illegal in the state of Wisconsin.
State Senator Howard Marklein is one of the bill's authors and says this online option could help the state cash out.
The state is missing out on tax revenue that can be used for important things like health care and schools. And the other thing is this certainly will help some of our tribes in Wisconsin.
Right now, Wisconsin's constitution prohibits most forms of gambling, meaning Wisconsin's tribal nations operate the bulk of betting services. Any effort to broaden access to sports betting beyond tribal gaming would require amending the state constitution. But fans like Reed and Dangle say this proposed bill is a good start.
Like big college town like this, I mean, sky's the limit for something like that. People are going to do it either way. Like there's a lot of illegal sports betting that people do. Bad things happen when it's not regulated. And so I think it's better to legalize it and actually have it regulated instead.
Now, this bill is still in the very early stages. Currently, it's just circulating for co-sponsorship. And before Wisconsinites could cast that first wager, there's a couple more steps it would have to go through. First, it would need to pass, and then the gaming contract would need to be renegotiated with the tribes, and then it would head to D.C. for the Department of Interior to take a look at. So a couple more steps, and it could be a little bit before you could cast that first wager online. I'll send it back to you. But for now, reporting live at the state capitol, Ellie LaLiberte, News 3 Now.
Ellie, thank you. Windy with a few fall-like showers out there today. Alex, how long will this windy stretch last?
Our winds are going to stay pretty gusty here through Wednesday. It could be gusting at times upwards of 35 to maybe even some localized areas approaching 40 miles per hour. A little bit less on Thursday, and then those winds are really going to drop as we go into Thursday night, heading into Friday and Saturday before they ramp back up again out ahead of another weather system that will be in our 10-day forecast. As those winds ease on up Thursday night going into Friday, that's going to be the next best chance for frost across southern Wisconsin. Some of those wind gusts that we have seen today, 25 mile per hour wind gust in Madison, 35 mile per hour wind gust at the Lone Rock Airport, as high as near 40 mile per hour wind gusts in the Platteville area, Janesville coming in at 31. Few showers are still out there, mainly from Madison down to Janesville and areas off towards the south and towards the east. And these showers are going to continue to move to the southeast as we progress through the rest of the evening hour. Also, as those showers end tonight and the winds will eventually subside through Wednesday, we got to talk more about that frost. Want to talk a little bit more when I come back in a few minutes about what goes into frost advisories and issuing of frost warnings. We're very likely going to see those on Thursday night. More on that and the very latest on the next chance of rain that's coming up.
Thank you, Alex. A Racine man is charged with stalking Wisconsin Supreme Court Chief Justice Jill Karofsky. Ryan Thornton is charged with 1 count of stalking in Dane County. The charges stem from Thornton sending repeated emails to Justice Karofsky over the course of months. Thornton was previously arrested and convicted for domestic abuse. And after firing his attorney, he asked the Supreme Court to extend his time to rebut by 60 days, but was denied. Thornton was asked to stop sending emails after there was concern about the content and persistence. The emails continued with insulting language, and he asked for Justice Karofsky's home address.
A former Janesville middle school teacher is charged with child sex crimes. The Rock County District Attorney charging 33-year-old Adam Teal with 10 counts of possessing child sexual abuse material. Teal was arrested September 12th and was already facing charges for allegedly exchanging sexually explicit texts with an undercover agent posing as an 8-year-old girl. The new charges stem from the discovery of more than 4,000 items of possible child sexual abuse material.
Police in Baraboo have arrested a homicide suspect from Milwaukee. An officer received a credible tip that the suspect was in Baraboo looking for medical attention. After verifying the tip with Milwaukee police, law enforcement, they were able to take Walter Lorenzo Jones into custody without incident. Jones faces charges of first-degree reckless homicide and possessing a firearm as a convicted felon.
New information about a road rage incident that happened in Madison over the weekend. Police say someone involved may have fired a gun. Police responded to the area of Cottage Grove at Stoughton Road just after 8 Saturday night. A driver reporting a pickup truck was driving behind her closely. She says she heard popping noises. No one was hurt. There haven't been any reports of property damage. But if you have any information about the incident, you're asked to contact the Madison Police Department through Madison Area Crime Stoppers. You can submit a tip to them at their number, as well as anonymously online at p3tips.com. Construction along Highway 12 in Lake Delton and the Wisconsin Dells is picking up.
And that road work has left a few familiar signs out of place on that main strip. Our Nash Dara has more.
Highway 12 in the Wisconsin Dells is currently seeing its fair share of construction. A part of that construction is taking down huge resort signs like these to expand the roadway. The expansion of Highway 12 will not only make it easier to traverse, but will also make it safer. The proposed plan is to improve road conditions while also adding lanes to decrease traffic, which has led to the movement of some resort signs.
The signs that have come down are just, that's a temporary thing. They're getting moved back. It's going to be 5 lanes, will handle more traffic flow. And we think that's great, because ultimately it's going to make Wisconsin Dells safer for the visitors and for the residents, and just a better experience for everyone. So, we think it's wonderful, but obviously, construction is, never ideal, but we're going to work with WisDOT to, come up with a game plan and really minimize any issues.
Larson also mentioned that there has been minimal disruption to Highway 12 and the Wisconsin Parkway, and there has been no effect on tourism thus far. In the Wisconsin Dells, Nash Dara, News 3 Now.
All right, Nash, thank you. Construction is expected to last all the way until 2028.
Well, there is still time to drop off your food scraps and help the city of Madison reach its goal for the season. You have until November 1st to drop off scraps for free composting markets in Madison. On Tuesdays, you can drop off scraps at the Madison East Side Farmers Market and the South Madison Market. You can also drop off scraps between 7 and noon at the West Side Community Market on Saturday. The city is 3,000 pounds short of its 40,000 pound goal. And you can find more information on all these exact times for drop-offs and locations as well online at cityofmadison.com.
Well, coming up on News 3 Now at 6, Governor Evers sends a warning about funding for a food program that helps feed thousands of Wisconsinites.
Plus, the maker of Tylenol pushes back against the FDA's proposed label change that links the drug to autism. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
In 10 days, a program that helps feed 700,000 Wisconsinites, including children, will run out of money due to the federal government shutdown. Governor Tony Evers says Food Share, which relies entirely on federal funding, only has enough money to last until the end of the month. Even if the shutdown ends this week, there will still be delays in getting November benefits to people. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says people who still have funds remaining at the end of the month should consider stocking up on non-perishables. If If you find yourself in need, you can reach out to 211 to be connected with resources near you. And registration for the Goodman Community Center's annual Thanksgiving Basket Drive is already closed after opening just this morning. The drive reached its max capacity of 4,000 households by 11 a.m. today. Now, last year, it took more than a day to reach the drive's max capacity, and in 2023, registration was open for more than a week. Now the work begins to collect the food necessary to fill those baskets. Donations of non-perishable items and frozen turkeys can be brought to the center from November 15th to the 23rd. You can also donate funds to cover the cost of perishable items like milk and eggs. You can find more information on the Thanksgiving Basket Drive at our website, channel3000.com.
Well, the Transportation Security Administration says the longer the government shutdown goes on, the greater the staff shortages. TSA workers and air traffic controllers are considered essential employees, so they have to keep working even though they are not getting paid. The TSA says since agents aren't getting paid but still have bills coming in, as time goes on, it will get harder and harder for them to show up to work. Well, the maker of Tylenol is pushing back on a proposed change to the product's safety label. Kenvue said the FDA should not change Tylenol's label to reflect possible connections to autism in children. This statement comes after President Donald Trump's suggestion last month that pregnant women should stop taking acetaminophen. Without evidence, President Trump claimed that acetaminophen is linked to autism. And currently, Tylenol's safety labels instruct people who are pregnant or breastfeeding to ask a health professional before use. According to doctors and research, taking the pain reliever during pregnancy remains safe.
And still ahead, how some Wisconsin fourth graders are giving back to their teachers.
Plus, winter is coming soon. We'll tell you what officials at AccuWeather are saying that we can expect for the upcoming season.
And can we expect more rain this week? Alex returns. The complete forecast is next.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Well, we're just a few days away from handing out coats for kids, bringing our 2025 campaign close to a close. Distribution Day is set for Friday, when we will hand out close to 5,000 coats to local families in need for the winter. Now, the club is looking for volunteers to continue to help them sort, transfer, and distribute the thousands of coats later this week. You can find those shifts available in a link on channel3000.com. Now, Distribution Day will be Friday, October 24th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the following Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County locations on your screen: the McKenzie Family Club in Sun Prairie, the Erica and Anthony Fleming Club in Madison, and the Allied Family Center in Fitchburg. You can find all of the details along with links on channel3000.com.
Well, believe it or not, winter will be here before you know it, and some people will need those extra warm coats and blankets. AccuWeather officials say this season intense winter storms are expected for various areas, and that includes the Midwest. And while the winter season officially starts on December 21st, the meteorological winter begins on December 1st. And Alex and our First Warn Weather team, they debuted their Winter Ready special last week. Alex, where can folks go to get our winter outlook for the upcoming season?
Eric, super easy answer. Just go right to channel3000.com and search for our Winter Ready information. It's right in the upper left-hand part of the screen when you go to channel3000.com. Nothing against AccuWeather, but we will also give you in our forecast the reason why we're expecting our winter weather outlook to turn out the way that we are planning it to be. So check that out on channel3000.com. And also, don't forget to enter your best winter photo for our Winter Ready photo contest. Best way to do that is just to download the First Warn Weather app. And once you've done that, all you have to do is just scroll down a little bit on the app, and there's a card that says Winter Photo Contest, and that's how you can upload your photo so that you can be one of the first folks to win a First Warn Weather Team snow shovel. We have our decal on it. We're literally going to help you dig out of this upcoming winter. Now, no snow out there right now, but the last of our showers here are stretching from Beloit right along Highway 43 over towards Clinton, up towards the Darien area. Still a couple of sprinkles, a couple showers, and we still have a few isolated showers north and west up towards the Dane County area over towards Lone Rock. But the bulk of the activity now is pressing off towards the south, towards the east. And while we do stand a chance of seeing maybe another isolated shower or two throughout the nighttime hours, the bulk of the more persistent shower activity, that has since ended. But what's going to stick around? The clouds are going to stick around as we go into Wednesday. It's going to be another chilly day, another cloudy day, another fall feeling like day. Watch what happens Wednesday night going into early Thursday. The clouds start to scour out. They start to filter out. That allows the heat to go out to space. That allows the temperature to drop, and that brings us that frost potential. Water amounts 1/10 of an inch. What we get out of the rest of this weather system may be just enough to get the pavement wet. That's about the gist of the amount of rainfall. But the winds really going to stick around, as I was mentioning a little bit earlier, still gusting at times. And you see my windscreen having these really, really bright colors. That means gusty conditions, 30 to 35 miles per hour, lasting all the way into Wednesday. But by Thursday night, the winds go calm. And I stress this because that's another part of the ingredient for frost, is clear skies, and also when we have light winds, that allows the heat to go out to space. Important graphic to talk about here. Best chances for frost is going to be Thursday night going into Friday. Some folks will email us with the question, why are some areas under a frost advisor or a freeze warning, but other areas are not? If frost is still a threat, meaning the growing season is still going on, the National Weather Service will issue advisories or freeze warnings for those counties. If the growing season has largely come to an end and the threat of frost or freeze is not a threat anymore, those counties don't get advisories or freeze warnings issued anymore. So this is why sometimes you'll see counties like Juneau, Adams, Marquette, Green Lake counties not under any advisories or freeze warnings, while areas to the south where there's still a little bit of that growing season going on do have those advisories. Just wanted to impart a little bit of that information from me to you. We'll warm up as we head towards the weekend. Temperatures getting back up to near 60 degrees. I said the next chance of rain would be in this forecast, and it's next week as we head out towards Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks like a wet weather maker will make its way into the Midwest, including southern Wisconsin. But from left to right here, this is a very fall-like forecast in my opinion. And if you want to know about Halloween, 56 for high. That's not too bad. I don't have snow in the forecast this Halloween.
Oh, wow.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's hot. That's hot compared to what we've seen.
Yes, in some of
really
these past years. Yeah.
Alex, thank you. And students at a school up north in Wausau are turning into baristas to give back to their teachers.
I love this story. The Panther Brew Crew at John Marshall Elementary is a group of 5 fourth graders. Every Friday morning, whatever their teachers order, the Panther Brew Crew is on it, preparing their teachers coffee and treats, and then delivering the finished product straight to the classroom. Jillian DeLong started Panther Hot Brew a year and a half ago to do something nice for the staff members. She describes what it's done for the students too.
Social skills, customer service, being able to approach an adult and have a conversation. The confidence levels of the kids grow throughout the experience.
The Panther Hot Brew program uses coffee from a Wausau coffee shop, and they got a grant from the school district as well for a coffee maker and smoothie machine.
That'll warm you up because hoop season is here, Andrew.
And it's nice to have a brew crew that never loses in October. Those guys,
we've had enough of that.
Yeah, they're always winning. So we switched to basketball because still to come in sports, the Bucks are almost back. Here from the new look Deer, next on News 3 Now. We are just about 24 hours away from Bucks basketball. Giannis and his new look team will look to return to their championship form from a few years past. Starting tomorrow, the season does, against Chris Middleton of all people and the Wizards. Last year, the Bucks were bounced in the first round. In the offseason, they made some big moves, cutting Damian Lillard and bringing in a collection of new contributors. This new group says they have gelled and are ready to prove it.
We're a new team, but these last 3 weeks we have gelled tremendously. Everybody understands the role. Everybody understands what we're kind of do and accomplish. We need to hone in and lock in, and our goal is try to get off to a great start.
I think this last week has given us a chance to really polish up our defensive principles, and just it's giving also everyone a chance to really get that fire going. We got game 1 tomorrow, but a brand new season. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a great day for Bucks fans, and we're all excited.
Joe Thomas is the guest on this week's Wisconsin Huddle, and he told me that above his Hall of Fame gold jacket, his legendary career in the NFL, being a Badger is what means the most to him. But the program is in a much different place than he left it in 2006, and the landscape of college football is too, considering the ability to pay players. I talked to him about Chris McIntosh, the Wisconsin Athletic Director's announcement that he's increasing funding to the football program, and he says that's a step in the right direction.
you're not able to just recruit on reputation and all the great fountains that you have in your weight room and the reputation that you have. Like, you can actually pay guys more, and that's why you see the teams like Indiana surging, because they've got a lot of resources. They can pay guys a good amount of money to get them to show up. So I definitely think having more resources to make the Badgers more competitive in recruiting is going to be a big step to getting us back to relevance.
And you do not want to miss this week's Wisconsin Huddle, airing Friday night as always at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. Joe, of course, was awesome talking football and his new Hall of Fame career, farming.
He's always been a very thoughtful guy. I look forward to hearing that. Final check with Alex and the forecast.
Those few showers that are very fall-like are on their way out of southern Wisconsin. Future Track trying to bring a couple more in, but I think much of the rest of the evening going into the overnight, the shower activity will be few and far between, but it's going to stay windy through Wednesday. Join us, though, tonight coming up at 10. We'll give you a little bit of a glimpse of that other weather system out next week, and I'll give you a projection using Future Track when we can expect those showers to peak and when we expect them to end. That's coming up at 10.
But this little chill right now. It's not the
there.
most pleasant out there.
Not the 80s.
It was raining and the wind. Ugh, no thanks. Thanks for joining us. Producer Now at 6. Coming up next is Entertainment Tonight.
And be sure to tune in to us again at 10 o'clock. And you can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000 Plus. We'll see you at 10.